friends, how we doing? Good evening, friends. It's Monday Night Muses. How are we feeling? It's me, Rorie Kelly, coming at you from Sound Beach, New York. Half of all tips tonight are getting donated to Erase Racism New York, a local community organization right here on Long Island where I live, which is currently working very hard to dismantle structural racism and ensure equal opportunity and equal access to housing right here on Long Island. So you can be a part of the solution if you throw some money in the virtual tip jar tonight. I hope you got to hear Linda Sussman. How friggin' good is Linda? I just love her songs. I absolutely love, I love her personal songs. I love her political songs. Like, I love the two sides of her. She's equally artistic in both realms. And it fills me with joy every time I get to see you, Linda. I'm so grateful that I got to hear a whole set. That's what I do, as you know. When I haven't gotten to hear my friends for a while, I'm like, well, I'll have to book you for something so I can. All right. We're going to get started in a minute here. I'm going to share this broadcast in a couple of places. And where's my phone? Who can say? Ooh. I ask that you do the same. If you like Monday Night Muses, please share it around wherever you think someone might be interested in hearing it. If you don't like Monday Night Muses, share it around anyway, because maybe your enemy will see it and you will have ruined their day. So that's great. So we're donating to Erase Racism New York tonight from the virtual tip jar. And later on, I am going to be reading to you from Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech, The Other America. I decided not to read to you from the I Have a Dream speech, although it's very famous, because I think it's a very important an important speech and all of that, but I think The Other America really addresses things that are still really true today about structural inequality and about lack of access to appropriate wages for the areas in which people live, and about how racism is alive and well today, and racism is a thing that has to be destroyed. And we can't just call for unity and nonviolence. Like, those are great, but we have to So that's why I'll be reading from that particular speech. I'm doing that instead of Poetry Corner tonight. I will be reading from The Other America. And now I'm sharing this in a couple of places, and then I'm going to get started singing. So if there's something of mine that you would love to hear, let me know. I would love to sing it for you, as you know. And in the meantime, please let me know how you're feeling tonight. I want to know how you're feeling on a deep and honest level. I don't just want to know, like, yeah, I'm feeling fine. I want to know how you're doing. It's been a crazy last year or so. I want to know how you're feeling. I want to know what your experiences are. I want to know if you're struggling or if you're on top of the world. Because I care. And I want to celebrate your good feelings, and I want to shoo away your bad feelings. I'll shoo them away like flies. That's enough sharing. Hello. We got two Lindas, the big Linda energy in the house. Hello, Linda Cortez, how are you? Hello, Judith Wyman. Susanna, hello. Hey, Jeremy. I know you've had a kind of crappy day, so it is my job, self-appointed, to get you into a better mood tonight, I have decided. All right, I'm going to open with a brand new song that I wrote. It is a 4-day-old song. I wrote it on Friday morning. It's called The Unsolicited Advice Song, which should give you an idea of what it's about. Live from New York, it's Monday night. I'll do all of those, Bree. Thank you all so much for tuning in. All right, so this is a brand new song. It's called the Unsolicited Advice Song. I kind of woke up with it in my head the other day, which is always a real blessing to wake up with a song. You're too pretty not to smile when you're walking in between subways. You should move more when you sing if you want to lose a little weight. If you wanna be a rock star, you're gonna have to play the game. You should sing my song on your CD, yeah. You should get out of your own way. Do you have suggestions? Something to recommend? Would you keep it to yourself? 'Cause I was doing just fine before you came around. La 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 la, yeah. La la la. You should get your nose out of that book. People think that you're stuck up. You're so smart that it's intimidating. You should learn to loosen up. There's a certain way to dress if you would like to make an impression. And maybe you'd be crying less if you had named a smaller ambition. Do you have suggestions? Something you'd recommend? Could you keep it to yourself? 'Cause I was doing just fine before you came around. La 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 la, yeah. La 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 la. What do you see when you look in the mirror? I just see everyone's disappointment. I know I'm there somewhere, I can barely hear her above all those cry-banging arguments. Why'd you cut your hair like that? Is it because you hate men? Why'd you choose to dress like that if it was not for attention? You should always be yourself, 'cause that's the way that you make a real friend. Are you sure you want to do it that way? It'll make it harder in the end. Suggestions, something to recommend? Do you have a suggestion? Something you recommend? Could you keep it to yourself? Because I liked myself before you came around. La 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 la, yeah, yeah. La la, yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you, friends. My guitar came in a little hotter than I expected today. I've been making some adjustments on the fly while reading lyrics, because that's my style. Let me know how it's sounding out there to you. Thank you so much, everybody. Judith Wyman, exhausted and sleep deprived, officially COVID negative. Woo! I'm so glad you get to go home tomorrow. I know what a nightmare it's been for you. I am sending so much love at you. It's almost over. All right, I got a couple of requests in the comments. I'm taking a look-see. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for tuning in. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day, everybody. I hope you celebrate by finding ways to dismantle structural racism within your community. I promise you it's there, and I promise you there's something you can do. What I'm doing is I'm donating half of my tips today to Erase Racism New York, which is a local community organization right here on Long Island that is working to dismantle racism. All right, I have requests. I will take them in the order they were requested. Overthrown in seconds. This is a song, gosh, I wrote quite a while ago. I feel old. And the sky's the wrong color. 11:30 is so different from 1 or 2, and it's throwing me off. And Babylon's so beautiful. Always think how to live there. Then I think of the train ride and how easy it would be. I can't keep making decisions based on being close to someone, sacrificing what I want to be there. Baby misses me tonight, said he wishes I could stay forever. It sure isn't out of mind. I just worry on where this is leading. And I don't wanna talk about it, ride around on failed intention. I am overthrown in seconds. Was walking to the car, I feel a map like second skin, but it's a pleasant human moment when you give me bad directions, and I find myself planning what will just happen to be playing when I drive you to buy coffee for me. Baby misses me tonight, said she doesn't expect to be lovers. But there's an offer on the table. If I want, will I start feeling better? And I don't wanna talk about it. I am overthrown government. Better that she not climb down yet. Oh my gosh, I'm falling apart, guys. It's because I thought about it. I don't know this song anymore. I feel like I just did it like a couple weeks ago. So where's the line? My precious line. I feel so bad because... Nope. Let's try again. So where's the line? My precious line. I think it's time to be straight with you. I hope you really want me to be your man. It's where you need to lie. I've been dancing, baby, since I started hanging out with you. So this is me coming clean and dirty. Is so right. 710 here means nothing, and you misinterpreted. There goes my chance to gracelessly damn myself for you. Baby misses me tonight. History is any indication. I can never make it right. Worse than the situation. Baby misses me tonight, and I'm never wanna talk about it. Rather out on failed intention, I am overthrown in seconds. Thank you so much. I didn't know that would be a curveball. Sorry about that. Sometimes my brain just escapes me. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for requesting it. Next time, I promise I'll play it all the way through without mistakes. Maybe that's a bold promise of me to make. I'm not sure. Very possible. Okay, I got a couple more requests. I'm going to be singing them for you. Oh my gosh, Susanna, you just got the second dose of the Pfizer vaccine. Congratulations. I'm so excited. I think I'm probably like at the end of the list to get vaccinated, but I'm very excited to see my friends who are healthcare workers or immunosuppressed, or old enough, like over the age cutoff, who are getting vaccinated. It gives me hope. All right, American Daydream, The Weather, Eyes of Grey. These are the requests I believe I have on deck for you. Hello, Daniel Fisher. Thank you for tuning in. Hydration checkpoint. Make sure you're staying hydrated, kiddos. All right, this song's called American Daydream. This American daydream wrapped me up in gauze and paint. It gave me a relapse, said I liked it better that way. That may be true, I thought, but it shouldn't be that way. So where do I go with the ripped ivy dangling from my vein? I don't care what you say to me. It's easy, it's easy, it's easy to walk away, to walk away, to walk away from this. Conversation has been telling many ways, but it is not pushing me closer to my goals. And this pile of parking tickets and bills in my face are making me think I should just do as I'm told. I don't care what you say to me. It's easy, it's easy, it's easy to walk away, to walk away, to walk away from, oh. 5, 6, 7, 8, I can think of better ways to make me like you than to tell me that I'm pretty. 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm not gonna fall for any of this, 'cause I know it all too well. These American bad boys thought they got one over on me. They come with red Sharpies to make editor's marks on my body. I don't care what you say to me. It's easy, it's easy, it's easy to walk away, to walk away, to walk away from, oh. I don't care what you say to me. It's easy, it's easy, it's easy to walk away, to walk away, to walk away from this. Thank you, my friends. Oh, thank you so much. I miss More of the Mess too, which is usually how my room looks about 20 minutes before Monday Night Muses starts, by the way. More of the mess. And then I gotta do more of the cleaning up. For those of you who are not local here on Long Island. That used to be the name of my band, Rorie Kelly and More of the Mess. It was the early 2000s. I was artsy and self-deprecating. I'm still artsy and self-deprecating. The weather, you say? So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Half of my tips tonight are going to Erase Racism New York. So that's going to just magically happen if you throw some love in the virtual tip jar, which is scrolling across the screen there. It's Venmo at Rorie Kelly or paypal.me/Rorie Kelly. You can see how to spell my name right in that area. Or you can feel free to donate directly to them. Erase Racism New York is a great local community organization here on Long Island. If you have the money, to help out at this time, days like Martin Luther King Jr. Day are not the only days we should be active, but it's a great reminder to, try to contribute to the betterment of our communities and fight against structural racism, which is still alive and real. They're giving out diagnoses like they're Halloween candy. They're building a market and a nation of addicts, and we all owe our smiles to the company. All dressed up and no one to care about you. Ask me how the job is going, it's going, don't worry, I say. So how you deal with the weather up here? It's always bright and lit up, frenetic. It's always dry and cool and clear. It always makes my heart beat off beat. Beat off beat. I'm flipping off the guy on the subway who's angry 'cause men walk down the street with other men. He said God is pissed and he's coming. And on the train with nice shoes and shiny nails, something in your hair to make it stay like that. You look sharp and ready, so I guess the pills are working. So how you deal with the weather up here is always bright and lit, frenetic. It's always dry and cool. Deal with the weather up here. It's always bright and a little frenetic. It's always dry and cool and clear. It always makes my heart beat off beat. So how you deal with the weather up here? It's always bright and a little beat off beat, beat off beat, beat off beat, beat off beat, off beat, off beat, oh beat off beat, 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 Thanks, everybody. Thank you so much, Savannah. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of my night tonight. I just love getting to sing to you every Monday night. It really means the world to me. It's been, it's been quite a while since I've performed live in person, and it's just really wonderful. It's wonderful to get to share songs with you every week. Thank you. Okay. Eyes of Grey. My guitar's been a little, let's say temperamental about tuning today. I can relate, you know? Some days I'm having a day like that. Here we go. Time won't do it alone. You gotta learn to heal yourself. Look into the mirror. Don't wait for someone else. You gotta wanna talk to yourself like your best friend. You gotta take yourself in hand. The future is now. Don't wait for starting bells. Come on, princess, gotta try today. The sun's shining, but your eyes are gray. Don't give it all away. Go on, take some for yourself. Babe, you know you do it too well. Baby, you always were the one. And if you're going crazy, it might as well be fun. You gotta wanna step up like your knight in shining armor. Never did leaving you to your dragons, and dragons ain't so bad. They sail into the sun. Come on, princess, gotta try today. The sun's shining, but your eyes are gray. Don't give it all away. Go on, take some for yourself. Babe, you know you do it too well. You know how to treat somebody right. Even the people you don't like, you give them too much time, and then you wonder why. Turn your gray eyes on your sweet beating heart. Doesn't she deserve a new start? With eyes of set yourself free. Thank you, friends. Okay, it is time now for what would usually be Poetry Corner. Instead, it's MLK Speech Corner. I'm going to be reading to you from the speech, The Other America, which I got to find. I had it open in a tab earlier today. Okay. All right, here's what I'm reading for you today. Usually I read poetry at this time, about halfway through the show. Today I'm reading to you from Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech, The Other America. Oh, whoops, I still have my loop around. Well, whatever, that kind of makes it sound cool and newsy, maybe. Okay. I want to preface this by saying that this is a speech that I find to still be extremely relevant right now, especially actually with the events of the last year. And I think it's important that we take this to heart, especially my fellow white people. We need to work actively to dismantle racism. It's no longer enough that we just kind of not be racist. We have to work to dismantle it. And that both means in conversations that are maybe challenging for us, and in like day to day, like looking around and asking ourselves how we can contribute to making inequality stop. Anyway, here's the speech. I want to use as a title for my lecture tonight, The Other America. And I use this title because there are literally two Americas. Every city in our country has this kind of dualism, this schizophrenia, split at so many parts, and so every city ends up being two cities rather than one. There are two Americas. One America is beautiful for situation. In this America, millions of people have the milk of prosperity and the honey of equality flowing before them. This America is the habitat of millions of people who have food and material necessities for their bodies, culture and education for their minds, freedom and human dignity for their spirits. In this America, children grow up in the sunlight of opportunity. But there is another America. This other America has a daily ugliness about it that transforms the buoyancy of hope into the fatigue of despair. In this other America, men walk the streets in search for jobs that do not exist. In this other America, millions of people are forced to live in distressing housing conditions. In this other America, thousands of young people are deprived of an opportunity to get an adequate education. Every year, thousands finish high school reading at a 7th, 8th, and sometimes 9th grade level, not because they're dumb and not because they don't have the native intelligence, but because the schools are so inadequate, so overcrowded, so devoid of quality, so segregated, if you will, that the best in these minds can never come out. Probably the most critical problem in the other America is the economic problem. There are so many other people in the other America who can never make ends meet because their incomes are far too low, if they have incomes, and their jobs are so devoid of quality. And in this other America, unemployment is a reality. So the vast majority of Negroes in America find themselves perishing on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. This has caused a great deal of bitterness. It has caused ache and anguish. These conditions are the things that cause individuals to feel that they have no other alternative than to engage in violent rebellions to get attention. And I must say tonight that a riot is the language of the unheard. And what is it that America has failed to hear? It has failed to hear the plight of the Negro poor has worsened over the last 12 or 15 years. It has failed to hear that the promises of freedom and justice have not been met. And it has failed to hear that large segments of white society are far more concerned about tranquility and status quo than about justice and humanity. We will never solve the problem of racism until there is a recognition of the fact that racism still stands at the center of so much of our nation, and we must see racism for what it is. It is the nymph of the inferior people. It is the notion that one group has all the knowledge, all the insight, all the purity, all the work, all the dignity. And another group is worthless, on a lower level of humanity, inferior. To put it in philosophical language, racism is not based on some empirical generalization which, after some studies, would come to the conclusion that these people are behind because of environmental conditions. Racism is based on ontological affirmation. It is the notion that the very being of a people is inferior. And we've got to see that this still exists in American society. And until it is removed, there will be people walking in the streets of life and living their humble dwellings feeling that they are nobody, feeling that they have no dignity, and feeling that they are not respected. The first thing that must be on the agenda of our nation is to get rid of racism. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to listen. I hope that gave you some pause. I have to say that many people share quotes from various Martin Luther King Jr. speeches today and this week, and he was so well spoken and so wise, but I do find that sometimes people cherry pick these quotes calling for unity and nonviolence, and those are important goals, but it's deeply, deeply important that we recognize that at heart his battle was against racism, and at heart it has not been won in this country. And I just hope that we can continue to work every day to fight to win that battle. Anyway, like I said, half all the tips tonight are being donated to Erase Racism New York. The virtual tip jar information is right down there. Feel free to make a donation to an organization of your choice that is fighting racism as well. The NAACP is one, and I believe they actually just came up with, they just opened up a new program that is educating civil rights lawyers to fight against structural racism, like a scholarship situation. Surge, Showing Up for Racial Justice, is a great organization that we as white people can get involved with. It is specifically about how we, people who are not in the Black community, can show up and try to make a difference against racism, because it's our job to dismantle it. So that's a great organization to check out, SURG, Surge. Finally, wherever you are, there are probably Black-led community organizations in your community who are working hard to do this good work, and it would be great if you could find them and volunteer at them or donate money to them. We're all in this together. It can be really easy if we all commit to do just a little bit. Anyway, I'll sing more songs to you now. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here on Monday Night Muses. If there's anything you'd love to hear, let me know. I'm here for about another 20 minutes. I hope you'll tune in again next week, because I do this every single week at 7 p.m. with a special guest, and then at 8 o'clock p.m. for me. I'm going to sing another pretty new song. And I have to say thank you, Linda Sussman, because you had such a positive reaction to this song, and Dad, so did you, and it's really like the thing that has kept me playing it and developing it, so thank you. This song is called What We Get. It's time for a new voice, it's time for a new moon. Time to start waiting for the old men to make room. Time to pass the flame and use the candle offered to burn down the gallows and the stocks. No, I don't believe without prisons we will monsters be. And if you do, it says more of you than of me. And you say that you wanna see order restored, but I know it means that you don't wanna have to hear it anymore. You say that it's about respect as the cut kneels on his neck. And if we can't keep a civil tone, then we deserve what we get. 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 You come with your half-truths, and just like the half moon, the light and the shadows making nightmares fill the room. It's time to turn the lights on, 'cause we can't see the truth if we're too scared to move. I won't heed the cries of these privileged men so scandalized. There's no time to argue, just call a lie a lie. You say you wanna see civility restored, but I know it means that you don't wanna have to hear it anymore. The water still runs poisonous in Flint, and you change the subject. For you it's academic, you're just playing devil's advocate, and we get what we get. 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 Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. That's the song that kind of the event of the last year, especially with the Black Lives Matter movement and the protests, kind of inspired me to write. But I gotta say, it's not about my voice as a white woman. So I hope that you will look to Black leaders in your community, because I promise you, you will find guidance on how to begin to dismantle racism. Hydration checkpoint. All right, I gotta loosen up the mood a little bit. I'm definitely that singer-songwriter who's like, no, dark is good, dark is healing. But I know it's been a heavy night. I thank you for staying with me for it. I'm gonna pop into a more hopeful vibe with a song called New Moon in Cancer. I'm really feeling this new moon in Cancer, 'cause I know that the water has the answer for all my burnt out pieces. And every part of me says I'm too tired to go on trying, and all the best parts of me are on fire, and I ain't for a change. And maybe it's time, yeah, I think it's time for, maybe it's time for a change. You put it on the line. Babies, just be brave, 'cause no one ever grew up without pain. No one ever grew up without pain. And I know that this life is a gamble. I'm gonna blow up my dice, 'cause I wanna take a ramble. Gonna use this time as a gift. No, I don't wanna be rude and wasted. And I build my faith out of stubbornness, 'cause I don't wanna trade my happiness for dollars that'll never buy it back. No, I can't buy that as a wise life path. And maybe it's time, maybe it's time for, maybe it's time for a change. Maybe it's time, yeah, I think it's time for, maybe it's time for a change. You put it on the line. Baby, so just be brave, 'cause no one ever grew up without pain. No one ever grew up without soothsayer, path maker. Everyone turns to you. Are you gonna carry that weight another year? Quest taker, truth seeker, tired secret keeper. Are you gonna put it all down and go clear? When you gonna put it all down and go clear? When you gonna put it all down and go clear, my dear? When everyone turns to you, there's only one thing to do. Join the crowd for once and turn to you. Maybe it's time, maybe it's time for, maybe it's time for a change. Maybe it's time, yeah, I think it's time for, maybe it's time for a change. You put it on the line. Baby, so just be brave, 'cause no one ever grew up without pain. No one ever grew up without pain. Thank you so much, everybody. Okay, I think 2 songs left for you. I'm going to perk it right up, and I'm going to sing my Animal Crossing song. I know Susanna's been getting back into Animal Crossing, so this is for you, Suze. This is called Island by the Sea. If you do not play Animal Crossing, well, you'll get an idea of what it's about from this song, and it really is that weird and confusing and yet fun. Got 27,000 bells and a raccoon who's eager to buy my DIY crafts. How about that? I've got an over-friendly sporty hippo who follows me around and talks about sweat, but he never catcalls and he's never inappropriate. I wanna live on an island by the sea. I'm not inviting anyone to come with me. I want to thank our corporate overlords for giving me this opportunity. I've got an elf friend, I bring him all the bugs I find. He freaks out, but he recovers himself and tells me cool facts every time. I've I've got a house with a loan I can repay anytime I like. Millennial dreams, am I right? By selling the raccoon's fruit and other items that I find. I wanna live on an island by the sea. I'm not inviting anyone to come with me. I wanna thank our corporate overlords for the slightly cuter reality. It's 2020 and my spirits are low, so give me an island where the blue water flows. It's 2020 and my standards are low, so give me a house and a series of loans. It's good enough for me. It's good enough for me. I've gone to live on an island by the sea. You can come visit me inside a dream. I want to thank our corporate overlords for giving us this opportunity. It's good enough for me. It's good enough for me. Can I interest you in this clump of weeds? It's good enough for me. My island by the sea. Thank you. Ooh, I think I have time for 2 more. It's only 8:53. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. My name is Rorie Kelly. If you've been enjoying the music you've been hearing, you can find me online on the Spotifys and the YouTubes and the, all the places. Wherever you're at, I implore you, if you would please like or follow whatever the button says that means you get to see updates from me. Please press that button. Press buttons wherever you are. It would mean a lot to me to get to sing to you again. And if you've been enjoying this, I hope you'll come back. Every Monday night I do this at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 1 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time, and other times in other places. All right, I've got 2 songs left. 2 songs left. The first one is called Miss Me With Your Misogyny, which is going to be on my upcoming album, by the way, as an acoustic track. And the next one, I don't know, it's a friggin' wild card, we'll see. It's not that you hate women, it's just that this particular one is a bitch. It's not that you hate women, it's just that all your ex-girlfriends are crazy. It's the sound of her voice, it's that one thing that she said, it's the fact that she is angry, it's the way that she is dressed. Miss me please with your misogyny, misogyny, misogyny. Miss me please with your misogyny. You are one of the good ones. You have sisters and daughters you love so much. You are one of the good ones. Why can't angry girls like me just lighten up? It's this one situation. It's the way that she said it. It's that you don't believe her and she'll live to regret it. Miss me please with your misogyny, misogyny, misogyny. Miss me please with your misogyny. Why do I have to be a bitch about it? Why is it always about gender? Why can't I see that you have such respect for women? You just have none for her and her and her and her and her. Misogyny, misogyny. Miss me please with your misogyny. Miss me please with your misogyny. Thanks, friends. Thank you so much for being a part of my universe. I've got 1 song left, and I'm going to make it This Girl. I don't know if you're still tuned in, Jeremy, but I know you like this song, and I know you had a crappy day. So here it is for you. sorry, but the schedule's full right now. Sorry, but we found somebody else. Sorry, but we can't afford to pay you tonight. Sorry, I had to cancel, I hope it's alright. I'm so far from alright. I come out the other side. This girl won't back down, won't back down. This girl won't back down. Oh, this girl won't back down, won't back down. This girl won't back down. Oh, 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 sorry if it really went down like that. I had no idea. I guess it must have been painful for you. I guess you're okay now. I guess I gotta suck it up and press on. I guess I'll be alright. I guess the nightmares will remind me that I got to the other side. 'Cause I can't live inside the past. The time just goes so fast. This girl won't back down, won't back down. This girl won't back down. Oh, this girl won't back down, won't back down. This girl won't back down. Oh, oh, oh. I learned you get punished for speaking up. I learned to be strong and never shut my mouth. I learned the resistance is fuel. I won't let you make me a fool. I use the resistance as fuel. 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 This girl won't back down, won't back down. 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 I use the resistance as fuel. I use the resistance as fuel. I use the resistance as fuel. Won't back down. I use the resistance as fuel. I use the resistance as fuel. I use the resistance as fuel. Oh. Thank you so much, my loves. That song's going to be on the new album too, by the way. If you haven't heard, Shadow Work is going to be coming out on March 20th, the spring equinox, when light and dark are equal. And I hope you'll stick around. I hope you'll tune in because I'm going to have more news about that. And this girl is probably going to be the first single. So anyway, thank you so much. Have a super, super wonderful day. Be well. I'll see you next week.